The importance of residuals in Hollywood strikes. Residuals have long played a crucial role in the history of strikes within the Hollywood industry. These payments, which are provided to actors, writers, and other industry professionals, are essential for maintaining fair compensation in an era where technological advancements have posed significant threats to traditional revenue streams. However, the issue of fair residuals within the streaming era has become a focal point for both the Writers Guild of America, WGA, and the Screen Actors Guild American Federation of Television and Radio Artists, SAG-AFTRA, strikes. At the heart of these strikes lies a fundamental question: what will it take to ensure fair residuals in the digital streaming landscape? Residuals have been intrinsic to the entertainment industry for decades. These payments serve as a means of compensating artists beyond their initial work, recognizing that their contributions continue to generate revenue long after the initial release. In the early days of Hollywood, residuals consistently compensated artists for their work in films and television shows through syndication, DVD sales, and other traditional distribution methods. However, with the rise of streaming platforms, the landscape of the industry has dramatically transformed. The traditional model of residuals has struggled to adapt to this new digital age, where content is consumed through online platforms such as Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, and Hulu. The streaming revolution has enabled viewers to access an expanding library of content at their own convenience, resulting in a fundamental shift in how revenue is generated. While streaming services have revolutionized the accessibility and convenience of entertainment, they have also presented new challenges for industry professionals seeking fair compensation. As the subscription-based model predominates, the traditional syndication and DVD sales that influenced residual payments in the past have become less significant. The revenue generated by streaming platforms is often more opaque and difficult to track, placing artists in a precarious position. The current strikes led by the WGA and SAG-AFTRA partially center around this issue of fair residuals in the streaming era. Both unions are advocating for improved compensation structures that acknowledge the reality of the digital landscape. They seek to negotiate fair residuals that reflect the continued value of content as it is distributed through streaming services. The challenge lies in establishing a fair system for calculating residuals in the digital age. Unlike traditional distribution methods, streaming platforms do not provide clear metrics on viewership, making it difficult to determine the level of compensation owed to artists. This lack of transparency has fueled tensions between creators and streaming giants, further exacerbating the need for fair residuals. To achieve a fair residual system, industry players must engage in meaningful dialogue and negotiation. Finding common ground between talent unions and streaming platforms is essential for establishing a fair compensation model that reflects the reality of the digital age. As the strikes continue, the industry, the unions, and the streaming platforms must work together to find a solution that ensures fair residuals for all involved parties. In conclusion, residuals have been a critical aspect of the Hollywood industry, providing artists with continued compensation for their contributions. However, with the advent of streaming platforms, the traditional model has faced challenges in adapting to the digital age. The ongoing strikes by the WGA and SAG-AFTRA highlight the urgent need for fair residuals in the streaming era. The quest for a fair residual system requires open dialogue and collaboration between talent unions and streaming platforms to establish compensation structures that recognize the value of content in the digital landscape.